Hello people, I'm the Euro Comic Book Gamer, and today is part 3, the final part of my Battlefront discussion with Slcmof. We talked for about an hour. I split it up into 3 parts. This is part 3, and if you missed part 1 or 2, you can just go back on my channel and watch those. I really hope you guys enjoy this one. One small thing I want to ask of you guys real quick is if you could just give this video a like and get it to 50 likes, because my part 2 of the Battlefront discussion has 42 likes, so I think it'd be awesome if we could get this to 50. But anyways, here's the video. So, what did you think of Solist?
Of who?
Solist, the drop zone mode on the beta.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Solist,
actually play that all that much.
Oh,
I played a lot of
I didn't play it that much either. I played a couple matches. But
Yeah,
from what you played, what do you think?
I thought the map wasn't the best. It was kind of I felt it didn't have a lot of map flow to it. And there wasn't really like a lot of power positions. I don't know. I felt the map was just a little bit chaotic. I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of map flow.
If you
but
didn't
it wasn't
have a chip, sorry, so go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. But I played Hoth most of the time, so.
Same here, but if you didn't have a jetpack, yeah, Solus sucked because you couldn't jump over anything. You're just running around. It was like, okay, pod's over there. By the time you get there without a jetpack, it's captured. Gotta run to the other end of the map. I enjoyed it, but I mainly played Hoth. It seemed like the mode that you'd play when you get bored of Walker Assault. It's like, oh, I'm kind of sick of Walker Assault. I'll go play some Drop Zone. So, yeah, like, it didn't add a whole lot, but it's something else to play. The map, like, itself looked cool. I really like, again, this game's beautiful. The graphics are the best I've ever seen. It looks great. But the map design itself was alright. Like, I found, for some reason, even though it's, like, the only objective on the map, there were some games I'd get into, I'd go capture a pod, no one would come and attack it. No one would try and take it. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I thought they'd come to the pod and it's like the only objective on the map, but no. People are really confused in that beta. Had like over 9 million people in the beta total too.
Oh yeah, so I mean, you have people that's probably their first Battlefront game.
Yeah.
They, pretty much have no
Wars.
idea what's going on, and they're,
That's what's going to be big for the selling point, is the fact that you're going to have people that aren't used to games like this, but it's Star Wars. Like, just think of all the parents that are going shopping out for their kids for Christmas. They're like, oh, my kid's got an Xbox One now, what am I going to get them? Oh, this is Star Wars. I'll get them Star Wars. That's what's going to sell a lot of copies of this game. Just purely the fact that it's Star Wars. So you're going to be getting a lot of new people on this game. And, yeah, did you play Survival at all?
Did I play what?
The Survival co-op mode at all?
Oh no, I did not play survival mode. No, I didn't have a friend on to play, so I didn't want to play it solo or anything like that. But along the point of what you just said, actually, about selling a lot and that kind of thing, one thing that I am concerned about, I don't have any proof of, but like, again, we'll compare to Arkham Knight, since you and I both have a lot of people that follow us that played Arkham Knight or whatever. But that game was supposed to come out in December 2014.
Oh, how many times?
And basically every AAA title nowadays gets pushed back. I mean, you have exceptions like Call of Duty, but the only reason that a AAA title in the modern era does not get pushed back is because the publishers won't let them. And in this instance, I'm sure that DICE would have liked more time, and I'm sure they actually requested more time. But because of the release of the 7th film, and I know you guys have probably all heard this, but I do think that they probably didn't get the time that they wanted to, purely based upon, trying to synchronize the release of this and the film, because then, again, you have the most hype from the film, and that transfers to the game, and vice versa, potentially. So, I think that's a concern. Was the game rushed? Probably it wasn't rushed. I think that's a strong word, but I do think the game was hurried out. We'll put it that way. I think they could have used more time, and they would have if they had the choice to, but they were most certainly denied by EA. I mean, EA just laughed in their face if they asked for more time, 100%.
Well, they definitely wanted to synchronize dates. By the way, Arkham Knight was going to come out in October, not December.
Was it October? Yeah, you're right, it was October.
That's how far that game got pushed back, from October.
So it went from October to December to June like 6th or something, then to June 23rd. So it got pushed back just like, but that's because the PC port was broken from day one. I mean, let's be honest, the PC port was broken from day one. That's why.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, it went from October to like June to later in June. Because I remember the second delay, I was like, no, and then they were like, oh no, it's only delayed like a month. And the PC port's still not ready, no DLC, yay. Anyways, back to Battlefront. what were we talking about Battlefront again? I got sidetracked.
So we were talking about Battlefield, not getting extra time and like trying to synchronize this stuff.
Well, like, The beta seemed pretty finished to me. Like everything ran smoothly. I think they're pretty close. Like one of the few games that EA's because Ubisoft is one that delays every single thing they can. But EA, like they delayed Battlefield Hardline, and that was kind of it. They haven't delayed a whole lot else. I don't think Battlefield 4 was delayed. DICE is pretty spot on with getting their games on time. But again, Battlefield 4 was like broken when it came out. Apparently, I got it on Black Friday and it was fine when I got it. But people said when it came out it was like a disaster. Battlefront, like it had again, it was like one of the biggest betas. I think it was like the biggest beta of all time because across all platforms it had 9 million people and it was stable. And this was when they were testing stuff and everything ran fine for me. So I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, you are right. They're trying to synchronize the dates. They're like, okay, Episode 7 is coming out, get people hyped with Battlefront, and vice versa. Episode 7 will get people hyped to play Battlefront. And so yeah,
they and that transfers all the way down to line. Action figures, comics. I mean, it's the whole brand really. Dude, and they're definitely going for it, and it's going to work very well. I mean, whether you like the game or not, I'm buying the game. Absolutely, I'm buying the game. I don't know about the DLC yet. They're going to have to convince me to buy the DLC, and they ultimately will. I already know what's going to happen. Like I said, they're just going to come out with some like thing that I just can't deny, and like, okay, I'll just buy this. But yeah, ultimately, I think the beta was good, but what I found is that I wasn't hooked into it. Really, and I'll be honest about that. I wasn't, trying to play like 5 hours, consecutively like you were, that kind of thing. I did think it was fun, but it was restricted in what you could do, absolutely. And once I got the sniper rifle, I was having a lot more fun with it, and the jetpack and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. Now, do you know, is there going to be more like weapons and like special abilities, or that was really it, and it's like, or is it dependent upon the map? You know more about that than I do.
From what I heard, there's going to be more weapons. As far as like pickups on the map, I think that's all going to stay the same, except it's going to like vary each map. So like, you have a certain vehicles that not on one map, but it'll be on this one, so it's a different pickup. But weapons, yeah, I heard there's going to be more. I don't know how many more. And game modes, like they just announced all those new game modes. That hero one looks awesome. Like I'm super excited to play 1v1 versus my friend with an army of AI behind me. That sounds awesome.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Okay, so you have the different tabs. You have like the multiplayer tab and the missions tab, which is where the survival one is, and you also have this one which is called, I don't remember the name of it, but it's like some hero mode. You have a 1v1 scenario to where, like, say you're Luke Skywalker and your friend is Darth Vader, and you each have an army of rebels, and then the other has an army of Imperial, and you fight against each other. And I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Like that sounds so cool. And because they announced that, and they announced like Droid Run, which has like I don't remember the name of the droid. It's like a doink droid or something like that. It makes that noise that I keep like replaying in my head, but I don't remember the name of it. But you go around, the droid moves itself, so you got to go and you find that droid and then you activate it, and yeah, it's sort of like Walker Assault in that way. And then they announced one other, which I don't remember the name of that, because they announced all this stuff with the season pass, so they have a bunch of new modes. But yeah, I don't know how many more weapons are going to be in it. I'm excited to see. I'm actually kind of happy that the sniper is a power-up and not a weapon, because you know how many people would just be sniping the whole time and how annoying that'd get.
Oh, Hoth would be unplayable, dude.
Yeah.
Hoth would be 40 snipers, literally. And it already probably will be. I mean, that'll be somebody's ability, but it'll at least have a refresh rate on it.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-hit kill to the body, too. So.
Yeah. That's what's nice about it. It's a one-shot headshot, but it only does 90 damage to the body. And that, like, I really thought it was smart of them to add that to a power-up and not to, an actual weapon, because that, like you're saying, that'd be unplayable. It'd be ridiculous. Yeah. There's already so many snipers in Battlefield. Imagine an open map like Hoth. You just see lasers everywhere. That'd be ridiculous. But, alright, now, what are your final thoughts on Battlefront?
Yeah, guys, so ultimately, a lot of people got the wrong idea when I made my video. I don't know if you all saw it or not. I imagine some of you did, some of you maybe not. But, basically, my final thoughts on the beta is that I did enjoy it. And amongst talking to you, the last 40 minutes, I've actually, learned a little bit more about what they're kind of doing with the game and where they're going with it. Like I said, I'm a COD kid, you know what I mean? So I come from a different background. And like we were talking about, I expect, like, equal sides, and like as we just talked about, that's not always what they're going for. And in this instance, I think that they're actually on the right track. I do think that there are some things that need to be changed, and I really hope that there's DLC that expands beyond the map itself, be it gun DLC and I don't know, are they called perks? I don't really know what they are, like the little abilities.
The cards.
Cards, that's what they are. So, like stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it's not just like adding new maps that we can play on, even though those are good in themselves. But I think if we're looking at a $50 DLC pack, I think they can add other stuff as well that can really add to the longevity of the game. And I don't know if they're planning on doing that, but I think that they should. But ultimately, I'm really looking forward to this game now. And you know, upon my first few playthroughs, I was a little bit skeptical, but as I played more and more, I enjoyed it more and more. And you know, as talking to you, so thanks for having me onto this, by the way. But I think amongst talking about it a little bit more, then I've enjoyed it more as well, because it's been a while since I played Star Wars Battlefront 2, you know what I mean? So I'm totally just not used to these kind of games. You know, I've been playing Call of Duty, Batman, that kind of stuff. So you know, I have to get back into the swing of things, so to speak. But I think I'm really going to enjoy this game, and I hope that you all are going to enjoy it as well. And I'd love to read all your comments and stuff like that on what you all think about the game. But I'm really looking forward to it. And what's the release date? November 10? Is that what it is?
It's November 17th. November 17th.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good. I'm just hoping that all the good stuff isn't saved for the DLC. Like I hope that you know, the main stuff that we're really gonna get is gonna be in the bulk of the game, and I don't have to buy the DLC. But of course, you know, they're gonna throw in some good stuff in the DLC too.
Oh yeah, of course, to make you buy it. There's gonna be like some planet to where it's like, oh, now I have to get it. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna throw something in there that's gonna be like, yep, like Death Star. It's gonna be like immediately buy it. I need it.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, I thought the gameplay was really smooth and fluid, and I loved it, and it was fun. They nailed the core mechanics. It made me feel like I was in Star Wars, and I thought the vehicles were balanced very well. And the things that need improving is flight definitely needs improving, at least on PC. I don't know how it's on a controller, but I heard with a controller it's fine. But with the PC controllers, it needs to be fixed. And the heroes, to me, needs to be buffed a bit, like give them more health when they kill someone or something like that. And the spawns definitely need to be fixed. Not the buddy spawns. I'm fine with the buddy spawns, because as long as you just look at where the person's at before spawning on them, you're fine. But the just mainly spawning, like I'd spawn, there'd be an AT-AT just targeted at me already. But besides that, like I loved everything in the beta, and I can't wait for more. But yeah, you want to shout out your channel real quick?
Yeah, my channel name is youtube.com/Slcmof. It's SLCMOF. And like I said, I make Batman Arkham Knight videos, I make Call of Duty, and hopefully I'll be making some Battlefront as well when it comes out. Just really general, just, you know, all the really popular games, I'm pretty much making videos for them. So I try to upload at least 4 times a week. So I upload pretty regularly, and if you're interested in checking the channel out, then again, on the search bar, that's SLCMOF, Slcmof.
So yeah, guys, go check out his channel. I have a link in the description to do that if you don't want to type and be lazy. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining me, Slcmof. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.